Cantona. Gary Neville looking for his first goal for Manchester United, and what a time to get it!
Welcome back to the Worldwide Reds. The Reds are flying right now under Michael Carrick, but tonight it's a tricky one. Bournemouth away, a team unbeaten in 10. Can United keep the momentum going? Carrick took over. Best team in the league, 7 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, 22 points. No one has more. Big wins. City done, Arsenal done, Villa done. And suddenly United are third. This is a proper turnaround. How are we, boys? How are we? Deck's back from his holiday. And we've got Yoni in the house. Are we good, boys? It's nice. It's Deck's Devils now, people. Deck's Devils. Go and follow Deck. He's got his own little podcast happening there on Is it on TikTok, Deck? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok and YouTube, Dex Devils. So I've only done 2 episodes so far, but I could do a live watch along tonight. Be aware of bad language.
Sounds like the perfect pod.
Anything can happen. Anything can be said. I speak my mind, talk no shite. Fucking just go with it.
We've got a lot of experience, haven't you, Deck, with Manchester United? You've played at Old Trafford. You're about to play in another game in a month's time, and you've been to a hell of a lot of games. So it's well worth getting to Deck's Devils and seeing his shorts and getting his rundown on Manchester United and his favourite players. I saw your last one. That was very good.
Yeah, I was interested in doing a bit. One thing I like about players, if you come play for the club, give everything for the badge, do everything to get on the team, and I can't stand whingy little fuckers that don't want to play for the club. Everyone knows I'm totally anti-Martial. Paul Pogba, the only person who can take performance-enhancing drugs and play shite. So no, if you don't play for the club, I've no interest in you, and I don't want you in our jersey.
I guess you're a fan of Garnacho then too.
No, that little tranny needs to go away. No, can't stand him. He's got the mentality of Messi and the talent of Obertan. So no, he.
Geez, that's a bit of harsh on Obertan there too.
It is actually, yeah, and I apologise to Gabriel. Garnacho is just a little bit base, and his brother kicking the bollocks as well. Little prick.
All right. How are you, Yoni? How's things?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, speaking of Garnacho, I wish he wasn't such a little prick because all my cards that I have for him, unfortunately, have just declined in value as time has gone by. But yeah, all good here.
Very good, very good. All right, so everyone would have seen our poster for Worldwide Reds this today after Carrick's press conference. He had a bit of a rundown on Kobe Mainoo. So I figured, you know what, with what's his name, Casemiro leaving, Kobe's probably got to take a lot more responsibility in that midfield. And I thought, you know what better time to have a chat about Kobe Mainoo, where we see him, what's happened to him this season under Ruben Amorim, now under Michael Carrick. He started every game. And what he needs to do to improve his game. We all know he's played for England. Is he a chance to make the England side again for the World Cup or even go to their training camps? Because I think we've got another international break coming up. So I want to have a bit of a rundown about Kobe. We'll start with you, Deck. What do you reckon, mate? What are your thoughts on Kobe Mainoo?
We're lucky that Kobe's still with us, because if Ruben was still there, Kobe would be gone, and he would have gone in January. I think he is a proper footballer. He can only learn from someone like Casemiro. What he needs to do now is he needs to take his game to the next level, add goals to his game, and push on. Casemiro is not going to be there next season, so this is Kobe's big chance to become a pure Manchester United player in his own regard. Yes, he's going to play for England. Yes, England will go to the World Cup. Will it go home? No, it won't. They might get to the quarter. Blow it like they usually do, which is great. Oh, thank you, daughter. Yeah. No, Kobe needs to step up. a bit more. Casemiro is having a swan song in his last outing for United. And I think it's brilliant. He's been great. I picked him as first goal scorer last week. He didn't let me down. But Kobe can be a United legend. He has everything going for him, and I really hope he does succeed.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Yanni. Look, he's a rejuvenated player, isn't he? Under Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick trusts him a lot. He's played every game under him. He's got his rhythm back, his confidence. There's a lot of people talking about Kobe and his pace and his defensive play, but you know what? I don't see it like that. I don't look at his speed. He plays an 8 role, so you know he doesn't need too much. If the 3 in the midfield work together, he's always there to clean up the scraps. I'd like to see him play a bit more forward.
Do you know who he
and get
reminds
himself
me of?
goals.
Like, in a way, it kind of reminds me of Jorginho when he used to play for Chelsea.
Yes.
Not necessarily, obviously, because Jorginho was a 6 and Kobe's a bit more advanced than that, but kind of more in regards to get the ball, recycle it, give it to Bruno, or do this or do that, like handle the pressure. Like, you know, so if you have pressure on you, you just kind of move around it, find the space. So I think that's one thing that really reminds you of Jorginho, which I'm more than happy with, as long as the person who ends up being next to him next season is somebody who runs a lot. And I think that will actually be quite important. But yeah, I do agree with Deck. We do need to see a few more goals from him as well. So,
welcome, Nick. How are you, buddy? Oh, Nick's not with us just yet. He's frozen. He's frozen at the moment. Yeah. Look, I'm with you. The one thing I want to see, actually, I'll say a couple of hellos here first. We've got Dan Devonport back with us. Hey, buddy, how are you? We've got Dino in here. We've got Hang with Hannah in here. So it looks like she's probably going to get barred from here in a sec. So welcome to the show. Nick will be with us in a sec. I don't know what he's doing. He's got a pose happening there. So, but yeah, look, the thing with a lot of our players, the new players that come in, the thing that I love about Kobe is his composure on the ball. I love his composure on the ball. I love the way his ball movement. I love the way he just still gets himself into good positions, even though he's that pace. I think that pace thing's an overrated comment, to be honest with you. But I would love to see him score more goals like he did a couple of years ago. He scored some crucial goals for us and everything like that. And, mate, I definitely don't want to see Kobe Mainoo move anywhere. I want him to take a big responsibility in our team.
I think similar to you, the pace kind of situation is overrated. Because if you look at Bruno's not the quickest physically. It's just mentally he's very quick. And if Kobe can get to that point where he is actually mentally quite quick, which he is when it comes to having pressure on him, that's why he can actually maneuver out of those spots. So I think the physical aspect of it is not nearly as important as the mental aspect of it. So,
yeah. I've got Dino. Dino makes a great comment here. What's that? Just highlighted here. He makes a really good comment here. I actually think Kobe should replace Bruno once he goes and plays as a 10 role. You know what? Well, this is a good point that Dino makes here. You know, it does get him in that forward position, and as you say, Bruno's still got a lot of experience, and Kobe's still 19. I don't even think he's turned 20 yet, has he? And so what do you call it? He's got a lot to learn, and he's playing with Casemiro till the end of this season. He's still learning a lot of Bruno at training, and then there's a lot of rumors about other players coming in. So I'm excited for Kobe's future. Deck?
Yeah, I think he's got everything in front of him. How can you not benefit from playing with Casemiro? How can you not benefit from playing with Bruno? I mean, they can only benefit his game. We've seen Carrick trust him, and that's all we need. We just need him to push on, add a bit more to his game. Fuck the speed. Forget about speed. If you're smart enough, you're good enough. He is good enough. He can lead our line. He could actually potentially take over from Bruno. He is that good. His ball control, his vision, everything. The problem is there's no one as good as Bruno in the league at the moment. He's just phenomenal. He's a beast. Forget what Keane. Come here. I love Roy Keane, but he's talking through his arse when he says Bruno all his assists are from free kicks. Does he not remember what fucking Beckham did, you dopey twat? Beckham was a free kick specialist, you know. I mean, that's what he did. He crossed the ball. He did everything. Bruno deserves the respect of every Manchester United fan for what he's done for this team since he's come to us. He's dragged us to where we are. Can Kobe step into that position? Yeah, I honestly believe he can, and I think he will.
Also, to touch on Dino's comment there, again, about him taking over Bruno's role. If you have a look at the midfielders that we're actually linked with at the moment, none of them are 10s. They're all either 6s or 8s. So to me, that means that actually maybe even the actual team is viewing Kobe as potentially that replacement for Bruno in the future. Because when he came on initially, that's where he was kind of playing alongside Bruno. So we had like the 1-6 pretty much, and then Bruno and him playing up front. That's why where we got those one-touch passes all the time that really worked out well for him as well. So I can definitely see that happening.
I've got Isaac in the TikTok chat there. He's got Mainoo is not that creative. I don't think he's allowed to be creative, to be honest with you, mate. I don't think he's allowed to be creative, as Bruno is the one that holds that midfield together. So I don't think he's going to apply himself up into that 10 role either. So he's more comes in and helps Casemiro defensively in that 6 role, because if you have a look at Kobe, sometimes he will be side by side with Mainoo, so with Casemiro. So I think he does get our wingers into good positions. He's always there for that 1-2 on the left and right hand side. So there's a real difference when Bruno's actually putting Sesko into position and moving him around the pitch. It's pretty hard for Kobe Mainoo to get involved in that situation. Could you imagine if you had 2 creative players doing the same thing? It just wouldn't work. So you do need that lead role by Bruno.
Yeah, and can I just say, Nick must be the only Indian who hasn't paid for his internet. That's why he's not here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Nick. Nick hasn't sent me. He's he'll be right. He'll join when he can.
We need a GoFundMe for Nick. Get Nick's internet back online.
Yeah, we need Nick on here. I don't know what's going on here. I've got one here from here. Joel. I'm just going to say Joel. Kobe is going to turn out to be a very top player for Man United for at least the next decade. 100%, man. I just love him. I think he's great. I think people need to just let him play, get off his back, let him play the way he wants to. I think he's got a lot more freedom with Carrick as well. I think he's got a lot more freedom. My problem with him at the moment is I want to see him scoring goals. I just want to see him, because he hasn't even he had a bad rough patch with Ruben Amorim, and now he's got his chance here. So like Carrick's what? How many games have we had with Carrick? 8? 7 or 8?
Yeah.
8 games.
Yeah.
Yes, 8 games. So you know what? He's only played 8 games basically all season. 90 minutes. So he's still finding his rhythm, and there's 8 games to go. So hopefully he gets a goal before the start of the season. But I'll well want him in there. Anyway, let's get on to the the Bournemouth versus Manchester United game. It's a 7 a.m. kickoff here. I'm pretty sure it's 8 p.m. Is it for you? For you, Deck? Yeah. So
8 p.m.
Yeah. Anyway, Bournemouth. It's going to be a tough game, man. Bournemouth are they on a 10-game run or something like that already? I'm beating in their last 10.
6 of them.
Yeah.
But we haven't won in Bournemouth, I think, in like 3 years or something. Maybe even longer.
It's going to be a tough game, man. Unbeaten in their last 10, 4 wins, 6 draws, sitting 10th. And they're still in that European conversation as well. So, 14 draws this season. Well, United's had what? 8 draws this season. So hopefully we can get over that.
It's always a tough game. And the thing is, when United travel to Bournemouth, that's their biggest game of the season. For them to put on a show for their fans. Everyone loves to see United turn up their stadium. This is it for them. I've gone for a 2-1 win to United. I just think Carrick has playing the way we need to play at the moment. So just hope we put on tonight and batter them.
Yeah. I think it'll be a very interesting game. I think for me, it's more the lineup I'm a bit concerned about. Like last week when we played, I think Mbumo still is not playing that 9 role properly. And I know we get Sesko on the bench. It always comes to that conversation again where do we start Mbumo or do we start Sesko? Now, I know for a fact that I think it's after this game we go on international break, which is another 20 days, I think.
Yeah.
21 days, man. That's absolutely ridiculous. So we had
Nice
20
talk.
days, 13 days. What's that? That's 33 days, 43 days of breaks we've had for about 4 games in the last friggin' 43 games. United's played 4 games. I think 5 games in the last 43 weeks. That's absolutely crazy. So
Yeah, the international breaks need to fuck off. I wouldn't mind, but they're shit games and no one wants them. I mean, fuck's sake. Every corner you turn, there's an international fucking break.
Yeah. But I am interested to see now because I think the squad gets announced today/tomorrow. I'm keen to see if Kobe, Maguire, and Shaw end up getting called up or not.
I think they will.
I think Kobe will. I think Maguire will as well because I think, amazingly, I never thought I would say this, but I actually think he'd be a benefit to England. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
But you know what? He's always been a benefit to England. He's always done well. He's always done well for England, hasn't he?
He's done well. It's not always. I hate this always argument because there's been situations that he hasn't done well, but they had this whole Maguire's never let England down thing, which is not true. But I just think he's been so good for a year and a half, 2 years now. Like I'm all for him to get that call up. So
yeah, definitely. Well, what do you think of what do you think the front 3 should be? Should Sesko start or should Mbumo start?
I think
I definitely think Sesko has to start tonight against a Bournemouth team. They'll have their defence is tough. We need someone to go in and hit him hard. And Mbumo is a great player. He just hasn't been playing to his potential the last few games. And I think Bournemouth is a game that's set up for Sesko. Hit the balls in high to him, leave him fucking take on their defence. I just think he's more suited to the game tonight than Mbumo.
See, I see it the other way around because I think Bournemouth loves to play and we're in their house, and I think they're going to really try to play in our half, in which case when we counter, we'll want to go with like an Mbumo kind of speed. I know Sesko's quick, he's shown it, but I just think Mbumo is kind of like tried and tested when it comes to counters.
Where do you see with my comments then, Yanni, where I think Mbumo drops too deep for a 9?
He does, but it's because we end up going for him to run behind the defense, and if Bournemouth is going to be quite high up with their defense because they're going to try to play in our half. That's why I think that's probably what's going to happen. And but no, I do have an issue with it because, in my opinion, him and Ahmad, they're still, even though they play different positions, they're still quite similar in what they do. So I would prefer to play Sesko, but I just think we'll play Mbumo because I think he suits that game better.
Yeah. So if you are playing, okay, let's say we start Mbumo. Who goes on the right? You start with Ahmed Diallo, like it has been.
Yeah. And Ahmad, as well, another reason I think Ahmad will be on the right is that defensively he's very good. And against Bournemouth, who attacks from the wings quite a bit, I think Ahmad will be very important.
Look, Deck and I have had a lot to say about Diogo Dalot. And probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Look, I think he's consistently been playing I won't say very good, but okay. Less mistakes. I think with Ahmed in front of him, like you were just saying, Yanni, I think he's improved a lot more with Ahmed in front of him than probably when Mbumo comes in.
Forward as a wing back anymore. Like he's just there now to defend, which is what he was at under Ten Hag and beforehand. But with Amorim, don't forget, when it was Ten Hag, he won Player of the Season for United, and he did play well that season. But when it was Amorim and he's being asked to bomb forward and backwards, he just doesn't have the end quality in attack. So.
Yeah. I've got a couple of comments here. One from I've got Dan. Dan's come in and he said Sesko should start. And then I've got Dino. He's gone. Brian has been bang average the last month. And that's what I was saying. He has been. And look, he's been real average. And that's what I'm saying. Sorry, mate.
Since AFCON.
What was it? Yeah. Look, for me, I want to see Sesko start. I just think he runs a lot better line. Obviously, runs a lot better lines. I think and Mbumo in that first half, most of the time, he's losing the ball a fair bit. And like he really struggles to hold that 9 position, which is fair enough because he's better on the wing, in my opinion. And because that's how he gets caught. I've got Nick coming back in, hopefully. Nick, he's got his cup of tea. He's sweet. Welcome in, Nick. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing? Long
Doing
time
very
no see.
well.
No invite for podcasts as well.
So we've just been talking about Brian and Mbumo and Sesko. Who would you prefer to start?
I don't want to disrupt the system that is going on. I would say Šeško could come in the 70th minute and does the difference because he has been very exceptional coming in the second half. I think Brian Mbumo gives that initial punch, pressing the defense. But when we are running out of legs, that's where Šeško comes into the picture, and then he tries to do what he has been doing since last 8 games, and he has been doing really good. That's my personal verdict.
Yeah. Well, look, I agree. I think Sesko. I want Sesko to start. The reason I say that is I think I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired of not seeing United start well. It just drives me crazy. The first 90 minutes of the first 45 minutes of a game, United drive me crazy. And it's now got to a stage where I'm just accepting their crap in the first half. And it shouldn't be that way. The mental attitude of the players coming out the second half and putting a 5-star performance on compared to the first half where literally, I'm sure Yoni may find a stat on it, how many games have actually been leading into half time. I'd hate to know what that stat is. It'd be crazy, I reckon. I reckon it'd be less than 30%.
Can I say, though, I actually thought against Villa, we didn't play badly in the first half. It's just that we weren't as good as the second half.
Yeah, we played okay first half against Villa, I thought, yeah, definitely. But I agree with Adam. We've been playing shockingly shit in the first half of too many games. And again, that's why I've gone for Sesko to start tonight. Start on the front foot, put Bournemouth under pressure, hit them with everything we have. I just think Brian, since he came back from AFCON, another stupid international competition break over. We just need to start on the front foot. And remember, Manchester United are known for scoring more than the other team, hitting them on the attack, and just fucking go for it.
Yes, which is good with Carrick as manager. But then here's the question. Let's say we start with Šeško, and then we actually, again, don't start well, and it's still 0-0 or 0-1, like we're losing 1-0, whatever the case is, and then we go to the 70th minute. At that point, you don't have Sesko to sub on, which is a bit annoying, which has worked out for 8 games now, subbing him. So that's why I kind of understand Nick's point there as well,
Yeah, and even when we started our regime under Carrick, the first 2 games that we played against Arsenal and City, we didn't have Šeško starting in. And those 2 games, especially the top 2 teams that we were playing, we were really good in the first half. Apparently, we slowed down the game in the second half. We were really pushing City and Arsenal in the first 45 minutes of the game. And if you check the last 6 games that we played, they were these were the teams who were playing a low block. So we don't want to run we will be pressing the entire game, but then you need that last 20 minutes, that reserve energy, reserve fuel to hit them back. And that's why I think Šeško does good. I don't think so. Brian Mbumo, I agree with Tech, but he has not been that good since AFCON. So let's keep Šeško. And I strictly say that do not disrupt what is going on. Like, it is working for Carrick. Let's see the season going. till the end, and then we can see what we can do with the Sheshko thing. Whether we should start playing in the starting 11, or like he does good in the second, like coming in as sub.
And exactly following up on that. So, like I was saying before, Bournemouth try to play more like City and Liverpool rather than Everton and all the other teams that we kind of like Fulham, whatever. Bournemouth play a lot more attacking football. They're not going to have that low block. So, yeah.
It's definitely an interesting game because look, you'd think Mason Mount had come in somewhere here too. So like Mason Mount's back from injury. They said he was back last week, but we never saw him.
Yeah.
So you'd think he'd be fully fit, ready to go for this game here. Whether he may start on the left-hand side, I'm not really sure. Or would he just come in partway through the game into the second half? You know, that way we've got a little bit of depth off the bench because we're still. Don't forget, I think I just saw Shea Lacey. He's back from injury as well, and I got Dino here. Mount should go and play with the 21s. But I would love to see these guys seriously, like the old days, like the old days where they're coming back from injury and they go and play 21s. You know, it gives them a run.
Yeah,
it's
definitely should be done. I mean, no one can expect Mason Mount to come back from injury yet again, his 49th injury this season, and fucking go straight into the first team. I mean, it makes no sense. Get a few games under your belt. Let's see, can you actually put a string of games together? Because when he's actually played this season, he's played decent. It's just he's not dependable. I think he'd actually injure himself fucking tying his boots, so he probably has someone tying the boots for him. Is he a good player? He is. Just not consistent enough for Manchester United for me.
Do you know, I really wouldn't mind seeing him play tomorrow. If like he was fit and healthy and this and that, I honestly wouldn't mind seeing him play. And like kind of in like the Cunha kind of spot or whatever. Because I also think that if Mount ever actually gets fit and gets a good run of game, the way he plays, I can actually see him and Kobe playing well together. Like really like lots of good passing in between them because they're both smart players and all that kind of stuff. It would be nice, but I just never see it happening because he, as Nick said, I think he has like more injuries than he's alive. Like, you know, he's 27. I don't know. He probably has like 28 injuries.
Yeah. Even Bruno happened to say that, like in his latest interview. I was not sure it was a very latest, but he said the two players that who does good quick link up plays is Xerxes and Mount. So Bruno, Mount, and Kobe, that combination on the left-hand side to form those triangles, that would work if at all we see Kobe Mount having a good run of games without injuries.
I've got a comment from Dino. He's on fire tonight. You're looking at it all wrong. Just because he might be fit, why does he play? Our players who are doing well deserves the game time. That's 12 players at the moment. I don't think anyone's saying he should start. I think everyone's. No, I don't think anyone's saying he should start. I think it's just an extra option for me off the bench. I think he needs to be on the bench as he needs to get a run. But, you know, I don't expect him to start the game, that's for sure. Holy shit, man. That'd be next level stupid for sure. He wouldn't be fit enough. He wouldn't be match fit or anything like that. So
there's no way he's starting tonight. I mean, that would be mental.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dean, are you saying that he shouldn't get a run tomorrow? Or I don't really, because you say I didn't say they start. Why does he deserve minutes? Well, he's part of the first team, man. Players always come in. They always come in. Once they're injured, they come and sit on the bench. You can't just leave him. He was fine last week, but he just wasn't in the team. So I think he needs to be on the bench. It just adds a little bit more depth to our game because we don't have much anyway. So, and like Xerxes, he'll come in. Xerxes, if he does play, he generally comes in at a 9 role, which you wouldn't think he'd come in and take Xerxes, Sesko, or Mbumo. So. I don't know. It's a big call. United got to get away good. A lot of players are not getting minutes. Yeah, I understand that, but he's an important player. I can't see how he's not an important player to our team, Mount. Whenever he's played, he has played well.
you want to give them minutes. What if we get an injury and he needs to start playing? You need him to be fit. You need him to be, like match fit. What about like you can't play the exact same way every game because then your opposition.
Dino's got a little bit of an agenda against Mount. He's just replied, Mount has had his chance. Fuck him off.
No, he's a really good squad player, to be very honest. Like I certainly understand Dino's frustration from where it is coming. Shelling around 55 million pounds and then not starting week in, week out. That really frustrates any United fan. But at the moment, you cannot forget how good Mount was with Chelsea on the left-hand side. So he used to operate really, really good. So he filled that void when Eden Hazard went. And do not forget that he's a very good technical player. So having him in the squad and then using him as an alternative to make some difference would certainly help United in future.
I have to agree with Dino. If you can't put 5 games together in a run, then you're no use to us. If you're that injury prone that you can't walk on a team bus without fucking stubbing a toe or something, you're not of benefit. Is he a good player? He is a good player. But I mean, why are we spending 55 million on a squad player? That makes
I've got a question for you then, Deck, following up on that. What are your thoughts on Lisandro Martinez? Because he's injured all the time.
Also, Matthias de Ligt.
And de Ligt.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
They didn't come from Chelsea. That's why
I'm a massive Martinez fan. I think he's great. I think he could be a future club captain. Is he injury prone? Yeah, because of his style of play. I think that's what gets him injured. Mason Mount gets injured walking down the fucking stairs. It's not from his style of play. Martinez will go in there. I think he's very Vidic-like. De Ligt, I'd like to see more. He is very injury prone. I keep Martinez out of the three of them all day long. I think what he gives to the team, what he gives to the squad is undeniable. Mount, I'd leave go. De Ligt, I'd possibly leave go. I like him as a player, but I just think he's too injury prone as well. But Martinez, no.
So I just want to know that in the last 3 seasons, so this season's Martinez played 15 games, all competitions. Last season, 32 in all competitions. The season before that, 14 in all competitions. So that's damning. And I love Martinez, for the record. The only reason I bring it up is because you said that about Mount, but I think they're probably played the same amount of games.
No, Mount definitely. Look, come here. I don't know what Chelsea, what we were thinking buying him. Chelsea probably pissed
We never needed him. Let me tell you that.
No.
We've never needed him.
No.
Oh, it's an absolute, and Mark's hit the nail on the head here with Mount. Dead set. Giving Mount the number 7 shirt was a joke.
No, that's totally fine.
Do you remember
That's totally fine.
everyone wanted Garnacho to get it? And I'm happy now that Garnacho didn't get it.
Yes, actually. And
That was loud.
Since Ronaldo, we don't have that. Sorry. Since Ronaldo, I was saying since Ronaldo, we never had anyone who could make any justice to that shirt. So if I'm totally happy to see Mount having that number 7, even rather giving it to Garnacho, for sure.
No, Mount didn't deserve the number 7.
But
Giving it to him. Garnacho doesn't deserve anything. So fuck him off.
My opinion, retire the number 7 jersey.
Who would you put in the number 7 now at the moment?
No one.
No one. We don't have anyone who plays that game.
No one. Yeah.
You know, it's like what I associate with Man United.
Can I be honest with you? I'd fucking give it to Bruno Fernandes, man. He works hard for
this. To me, when I think of Man United number 7, I actually think of like wings, crosses, or like I just think of that.
But that's what the number 7 is. The number 7 originally was a right winger.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I think.
Number 7 is a right winger.
You know what I mean?
That's the whole thing. Like
I love Bruno being an 8, or like that number for me just makes sense.
I'm giving Cunha the number 7.
I could see that. But I'm also happy with like what's Cunha now? He's number 10, right? Like I'm happy with Cunha being 10. I think that suits him as well.
Yeah, I just think he's a player that is going to fight to the death for that shirt that he's wearing. I think he's very Canton-esque. I think he'll do anything for the club. He's definitely a better 7 than Mount. Mount probably cut himself putting the fucking jersey on. I don't know.
Maybe once Dorgu comes back and just starts assisting every game like he has before he got injured, then he can be a number 7.
No, I seriously say I don't want anyone to wear that jersey because since again I'm sticking to my point. Who is the player who after Ronaldo who did justice to that jersey, to that number? Anton Valencia played with number 7. He literally asked for 25.
Yeah.
Since when he got a 25, he started playing good. Alexis Sanchez.
Don't even
Maria.
mention him.
Di Maria.
Can I say, I always get in trouble for this. I will
Get
fight.
fired up, Dick.
I really like Di Maria, and I think we got like screwed by the fact that like he got his house got broken into the whole situation with his wife and this and that. Like the guy is class. is a phenomenal player.
Yeah,
No, he's
but not for United.
He really is a phenomenal
He's a
player.
snake.
No, dickhead. No, didn't
He's a
try
fucking
for the
snake.
club. Oh, boo-hoo. Someone broke into my house. I can't play a game of soccer.
Oh yeah. With my wife in the house, and you know.
Jesus Christ. No. He didn't like the weather. His missus didn't like the shopping. Boo-hoo, I'm not a football player. Fuck off.
And he didn't like the weather of Manchester. He always complained about the.
Do you like the Manchester weather?
Yeah, I'm from Ireland. Everything
I
is
hate
fucking
the
wet
Manchester
over here,
weather.
so I mean,
Dino's got here. Kobe can have the 10 and Cunha has the 7.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would work.
Yeah.
That would work.
I agree.
Dino's on fire tonight, man.
It's the first good
calm
comment
down,
he's
dude.
made today.
Yeah, no. Well done,
Dino, my
Dino.
question is, do you hate Cunha? Dino, my question is, do you hate Cunha? If he wears number 7, if he starts playing shit, what would be your stance on that?
Cunha will wear number 7 and he'll actually wear it for years and he'll do it justice.
He'll break the curse.
I definitely think Cunha can do it.
I got Mark here. He said, loved it when Ashley Young put Di Maria into the stands.
I love Ashley Young. I love that. Yeah.
I like
Yeah, I
Ashley
can't
Young,
say.
but he needed to stop diving. I mean, even when he was diving for United, I was
Oh, he was the dumbest dog shit, man.
Dickhead.
Ashley Young, man, he used to fucking do me head in big time.
But I love
Yeah.
a player that just like riles you up. Whether like when he's on your team and he's riling other people up, it's fucking amazing.
I know,
he
but
was
when
so
he's on
dumb
your
about
team,
his
he's
guys, man. He was
railing
forcing
us
us-
up.
Yeah, I know when he's at Everton diving against
so
us. That's
dumb.
when it's
No, but he was pissing me off even because sometimes he'd get caught, mate. He's got the most shittest dive I've ever seen, man. Because when he gets touched, he dives forward and mate,
his
it's
legs
not
kind of
even-
like buckle
Yeah,
backwards.
oh man, it was one of the worst dives I've ever seen.
His
Dino's-
missus must have loved him. She touched him. Hookah.
Dino's claiming he's half Brazilian now. Oh, where is it? This one? No, because I'm half Brazilian. Come on, man.
Not with that fucking hairstyle, you're not.
There's more Brazilians on the Gold Coast now than there is in Brazil. Let's talk about a few of these transfers. What do you think about Bruno Guimaraes? The latest rumors about him being on the
I would
radar.
take that in a heartbeat.
Would you take him? Tonali? What are your thoughts?
I would prefer Bruno to Tonali personally. I think Bruno just has more to his game in regards to like he's a proper 8. He will go back, he will go forward, he will defend, he will attack, and he's also like he's got that. You know how Cunha has that attitude and all that kind of stuff. Bruno's the same, and he like he's got that attitude. He's like a dickhead if he wants to be. Like I think he's great. You've heard me. I'm sure you've heard me say that before. I really think the Newcastle midfield is tops. Like the 3 of them combined are all very good. So if you can get Bruno, who's in my opinion the best of the 3, I would take it in a heartbeat.
They should go get Cole Palmer now and just fucking go for it.
I'm so torn on that
Palmer.
because he's shown that he's so good, but it's been a year and a half since he's been that good. So
He's an autistic player.
He's always injured now,
I actually think he's suited to United, and United would actually build.
He's a
him
Man
up
United
to
fan,
be a
isn't he?
player.
Like when he was younger.
He's a United fan, yeah.
He's a United fan.
Like, but again, he was so good for like a year and a half or whatever under Tuchel and this and that. But it's just he's been injured, and it's been like significant at this point that he's kind of like been missing games, and he hasn't really been phenomenal over the past 12 months or 18 months. Except for the World Cup, he was really good at that from memory.
But there's why is that? I mean, I don't look at Newcastle or anything like that, so I don't know. So I don't know if this is a legit question. Why are so many of these Newcastle players wanting to be up for sale?
They didn't make the Champions League.
Yeah.
They just got knocked. They lost 8-2 to Barcelona.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, so they lost 8-2 to Barcelona, and they're like mid in England at the moment, so they're not going to make Champions League. And Newcastle, because of PSR, FFP, whatever you want to call it, they can't really buy as many good players as they want to improve. So they actually need to sell players in order to buy more players. So
look what we've been on in the last few years.
We have income. They don't have income.
Yeah.
Like we just don't have the fan base for it.
Right. But in saying that, these boys aren't at the end of their contracts either, are they?
Bruno's 28 or something at the moment. So his next contract is his last like big contract. So if he wants to play in Europe, this is the chance. He's been there, I think, for 3 or 4 years. Tonali's been there 3 years.
3 years.
So yeah, they've kind of seen where it's at. And also, if they're staying with Eddie Howe, like, is that what you want? Just to keep working with Eddie Howe?
Yeah, but I think with Bruno Guimaraes, like, do you want to shell out like 80 million odd for a 29-year-old player? I know I seriously like Bruno Guimaraes. Like
they're not going to command that fee for him now.
In my opinion,
yeah, but he's the captain. Like he's the captain of Newcastle. Yeah, you're getting the best player from that squad. I would say
if he wants to leave. If he wants to leave and he makes it known, he will. Like it will not be the 80. Like if we could get him 60, 65, I would do that in a heartbeat. Because
fair
like
enough.
he's also very proven in the Premier League. Like that's proven.
But,
he's a captain, and he's like it's got
but
everything. Like if we want to replace Casemiro, that is like as close as you're probably going to get at the moment.
Yeah, but in saying that, I feel even Tonali would do. Like you need a player like a profile like Tonali to come into, because he's like a machine in Newcastle midfield, like with Joelinton and him doing that business in the heart of the midfield. Tonali would be a really. But I know for the fact he has his hard set to return to Italy, but getting both the midfielders like for 120 million would be a good deal. Like
I think what we would do is we would get someone like, let's say, Bruno, and then we would look outside of England for the second midfielder. Kind of like how, like, again, we want as many Premier League players as possible, but I think we would probably get like either a defender or winger from the Premier League. We would get a midfielder from the Premier League, and then the second midfielder will be from outside, like just because you can't just get Premier League.
But you know what? The only barrier that I have with Bruno Guimaraes is his age. Even Matthias Nunes, if I'm not wrong, he plays in the similar profile what Bruno Guimaraes plays, right?
Yeah, but is he as good?
Not as good, but then you have
like,
the age factor come into the picture.
If you have, all right, we've got Bruno right now, like Fernandes at 31, right? And he's phenomenal at the moment. We've got Kobe at 20. We have, if we bring Guimaraes at 28, who's a leader as well, we actually have an opportunity to push hard, like now, not to wait 3 years, 4 years. We have an opportunity to push hard now. And Bruno probably still has 3 or 4 years in him. Like he's only 28. Like players nowadays, look at them, they're playing till 35, 36.
Yes. What about all those three big name midfielders that were linked to United? Baleba, Wharton, Anderson. No, I think Anderson has been linked with City and heavily rumored to go there. But the rest of the two, Baleba is out of the picture. He's not playing good since he was linked to United last season.
He's better now.
I think that's what happened. That's what happened to him. He got linked to United. He wanted to go to United, and now his form has dipped. Come here, lads. I'm going to have to step off. I'm going to the surgeon. Playing a game in the 28th of March, Manchester United Legends versus Celtic Legends. Time to get the knee fucking ready. Go kick some Celtic players in the fucking head. You might find me.
All right,
You
mate.
might find me tonight doing a live watch along. Love being on with you lads, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Yeah.
I'll try and
See
get
ya,
on your
guys.
live deck tonight.
Yeah,
All right.
Cheers,
See you,
boys.
bud.
Thanks.
See
Bye-bye.
you, buddy. Bye.
See ya, buddy.
I
I've
would
got
take
a,
Baleba and but I would take Baleba and Guimaraes together
Still.
if I could.
Still,
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah, yeah. It wouldn't cost
I've
us
got
100 million now.
I've got Dan here. He'd take Bacola. Is he
Bacola.
from PS? He's from PSG.
Yeah,
I think.
he's fine. He's like, but it's
Yeah.
nice to say I would take Bacola, but he wouldn't come to us right now. Like he's
No,
he's
why
getting
would he?
played at
He's
PSG
so good.
in a
Yeah.
Champions League winning team, and he's like an integral part of it.
Yeah.
Basically,
But in that case, we are not sure who is our manager. So, do you think tapping in any players right now would be suitable? Because the manager who would be coming in at the end of the season, whoever it is, maybe we are going with Carrick. I highly doubt. But if you're going with Luis Enrique or someone like Julian Nagelsmann, do you think what sort of a players we should need to be targeting? Because they might not need a Bruno Guimaraes or
we're going to need
Baleba. They might.
we're going to need, I think, someone like a Guimaraes or Baleba, regardless, because more Guimaraes than Baleba, in my opinion. But I think look at the way Enrique plays, a Guimaraes would work similar way to Vitinha works.
Vitinha.
You know, like
Vitinha works, yes.
yeah. So I don't see that being an issue. And at the end of the day, we are losing Casemiro and potentially Ugarte. Like we need midfielders, and you can't wait until after the World Cup. You kind of need to already work on it.
Well,
I've got
Carrick is staying anyway.
I've got some breaking news here. Elliot's just come back with something here, and he's got Maguire and Mainoo.
so it's announced
Yeah. So I've just been on David Alstein. He's here. Kobe Mainoo returns to the England squad ahead of Uruguay and Japan friendlies. Lewis Hall rewarded for superb form with the call-up. Chance to become first-choice left winger. Harry Maguire also called back in the group. Adam Wharton among those to keep his place. So, yeah, congratulations
Tomorrow,
to the boys.
Yeah, nice. Also, I just saw now Tomori as well, which I'm happy for him. I know he's not a United player or anything. He plays for AC Milan, but yeah, that's good. Very nice to see.
It's good news for him.
That's what we were saying
Congratulations.
before. Maguire and Mainoo, they both should be included in this squad.
Yeah, definitely. Look, there wasn't much talk about Mainoo making that England squad, but you know what? We broke it here. We thought that he should get into the England squad, and he has done that. So, Worldwide Reds have done it again.
Thomas Tuchel is listening.
Yeah, he's onto it already, Tuchel. So, well done, boys, and we know what we're talking about here. So we're all over everything. I've got Dino was going, but he's still talking here. He goes, Dorgu will be a winger, and we'll spend big on a left back. Yeah, mate, I hope so, because Luke Shaw, we spoke about Luke Shaw midweek and on our last pod, and you know what, Luke's not getting up and down the wing like he should be, and I think we should be looking for a left winger, that's for sure.
Left
What are your
back.
thoughts
I don't
on
think he's being
that?
asked. I don't think he's being asked to. I think one of the things this entire season we've been doing is managing Luke Shaw's kind of physicality, because he has been getting injured for the last 7 years. So I think that's why he's not bumming forward as much anymore.
Yeah. Look, he's
I
still
think,
got that good touch. He's still got an unreal cross. Yeah, Nick?
I think the best successor for Luke Shaw would be Lewis Hall. He's certainly slot in that particular profile. But again, the English tax comes into the picture. I am not willing to spend 80, 90 million on Lewis Hall, because that would be the demand that Newcastle will have.
I definitely think Dino's right about Dorgu being a left winger, which is why I said he should get the 7. But yeah, we definitely need a left back at this point.
Who are the options that you think?
I don't know much about left backs. I don't pay attention to them.
I've got what do you call it? Elliot's got on here. Elliot's got. I would take the CDM from Sunderland. Great up for corners. I'm not sure. I don't follow Sunderland, so if you can get onto that, Yoni, that'd be good.
The thing is, I don't want an up and comer, like, and like, I don't know.
Laffy. Is he talking about Laffy? Enzo Laffy.
I'm not sure. I've got. Well, while you're looking up that, I've got a few. I've got Dan here. He says Carrick, I think, will get the job. Sir Jim said Carrick is doing well. Sir Jim was interviewed at the Chinese F1. Yeah, I saw that, mate. Hopefully, but you never know. You don't know. Look, what are you going to gain now bringing somebody else in? But the problem we've got what, 8 games to go. If he doesn't lose a game, you've got to give him the job. You can't, seriously, like, who are you going to bring in? Because if you bring in, say, let's example Luis Enrique, right? You bring him in, and he starts off losing the first few games. Everyone's going to be blowing up about we should have kept Carrick, everything like that. I think Carrick's actually put the United board into a position where they can only pick him, and that's it. So. But we never know. They always put
I think
something.
Enrique is actually like the one name that if he started and he was losing in the beginning, people would be like, no, it's okay. Just give him time. Because it is Luis Enrique. Like, if it was Tuchel, people would definitely be like, oh, no, why is he here? If it was Nagelsmann, people would be like, oh, why is he here? But Enrique is a bit of a special case that he's like a double treble winner and has done one recently. And he's at the moment also just destroyed Newcastle 8-2.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Man, that's crazy. That is crazy, that result.
Oh, yeah, Chelsea.
Yeah. I got another comment here. Shaw doesn't want to push himself and risk getting in for England. When he's not picked, he never got picked, so he's not even in. So that's irrelevant.
Amorim the entire season said that they're managing Luke Shaw. So
far out, Dean. Seriously, man. Mainoo will get hurt tomorrow and not go. Sorry.
Oh God. Pessimistic guys.
Dino, what are you doing, mate?
Pull him in this spot.
You know?
He's free. He's free enough to text there. I think he's free enough to be in the podcast. Let's get him in the pod.
Oh, yeah. Last time when I was on and he joined in, he was at a boat party.
I've got Elliot's found the name. Noah Saduki from Sunderland. Just as good as Baleba and will cost a fraction of the price, Yoni. Why would you bring Baleba in now when he's thrown toys out of the pram when he didn't get a move to us?
I can answer that. Number one, Baleba didn't throw his toys out the pram. He did get distracted and he lost his momentum and his form. Fair enough. But it actually has been better in the last 2 or 3 months. If you watch any of the Brighton games and look at Brighton's way that they're playing now, they're doing much better. And number two, he's actually now been in the Premier League, I guess, 3 seasons compared to the 1 from the Sunderland player. So, yeah, I would much rather Baleba. And also, Baleba's not going to cost 100 million anymore. He's probably going to cost 50, 60 million based on what's happened. So, yeah.
It's definitely an interesting one, isn't it? It's like we've got, 8 weeks to the end of the season. And, mate, I mean, United's always got big talk around them. But, yeah.
I'm also not saying Baleba's my main choice. As I said, I would take Guimaraes as the number 1. But I would take Baleba over the Sunderland player.
Yeah. I've got Sunny1234 on TikTok here saying, I think Bruno from Newcastle would be a great addition. I think we should use more from the under-21s. Yeah, it's a hard one, the under-21s. It's a hard one. If you watch the 21s, as much as they're playing well, sometimes then I think once players get to the 21s and they don't move on to the first team, I think the 21s is more of a selling point for United to move players on and things like that. I think that's what that pool's all about. But in saying that, our under-18s, holy shit, man, they just keep getting better and better and better. Their goals that they're scoring. If United should do a highlight reel of the under-18s goals this season, because holy shit, man, they are some of the best goals I've ever. Oh, Gabriel's insane. Nick, I don't know if you watch the 18s, but mate, it's not just JJ Gabriel, man. There's so many of them that score so many good goals.
I watched the highlights against it was Sunderland, right, in the quarterfinals. Oh, yeah. There were good goals actually, and to come back from behind as well because they were down 2-1 and to come and win it, like some really good attitude there.
Elliot's replied to you here, Yoni. So you say he's not. I thought Elliot was working. That's why he wasn't coming on tonight.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's 9 o'clock. He's finished. He's just finished. He's just finished work because he told me that.
Oh,
yeah. You say he's not going to cost that much anymore, but that's what Brighton will decide at the end of the day. And history tells us they'll still ask 80 million.
If they ask for 80 million, we just don't go for it. Like that's easy. That's
Exactly,
done. I'm
yeah.
saying if
They
it
are
actually
not going
gets
for
sold,
whatever,
it would be at 60 to 65.
Fair
Like if
enough,
it gets.
fair enough.
And then he's here, left back position though. There's let's not break the bank for another. Let's see how we can get the best out of Leon and Amas. Well, I spoke about Leon the other day playing in the 21s. Mate, he is some player. Like I've watched the last few games of his, and
He's a
okay,
tank.
at the beginning of the season he wasn't there, but now, mate, he looks so fit.
Yeah.
He looks
He's
so
a tank.
fit. He's
a
bombing
tank.
forward.
He moved countries and all that kind of stuff. Like, and at 18-year-old, it can be quite difficult. And then he's the kind of player that how Deck earlier was saying he likes a player who plays for the badge and this and that. Like Leon is the kind of player who would just like run for the club. Like through a brick wall and everything. So
yeah, he and like his crosses are phenomenal. He can put pinpoint. Well, he has been in the 21s. So obviously, Premier League's a different situation, but mate, if you watch him in the 21s, he's crossing. Dino and I often chatting about him now, and even he will now come inside with the ball and he'll shoot off both feet as well. He's got a really good shot. He's a little selfish, which I don't mind because he wants to score and he obviously wants to get into that first side. I think there'll be a real big change up in the first side next season, especially when a lot of these boys will get picked for the preseason tour in Europe. So
I wonder if we'll see Kone play.
Who? Sorry,
Kone.
Oh yeah, Kone. Yeah.
Seko Kone.
Yeah, Kone. Yeah.
But he's not doing that good and on a loan.
He's been
spell.
injured for most of the season, right?
Yeah.
But remember, like in the preseason, he looked so good. Was it this year or last year? I don't remember.
No,
But
it was this year's preseason.
This year, yeah, he looked good,
Yeah,
and then he
this
got
year's
injury. And he's a CDM, so I would be interested to see.
Yeah.
Yoni, I have a question for you. You said I'm just rewinding back. You said like you would go for Bruno Guimaraes and then some midfielder outside Premier League, which won't cost a fortune for us. We do have our own product playing in a midfield in Premier League. How about James Garner coming in?
Oh, mate, it'd be a dream, but it will cost an arm and a leg.
Do you think it will cost us a lot?
Yeah, I do. He's English. He's ex-Man United. Everton will charge us a lot for it. I love him. Ask Adam. I was gutted when we got rid of him. Like,
oh man, I was filthy. I was doing that when
he had that really
Garner was gone
before as well.
Because Dean and I were lucky. We had a bit of an interaction with him on the last tour in Australia with Garner, and he spoke well. You could see he wanted to play for the club. He was desperate and everything. And the thing about it, at the time when that tour finished, that's when it all started. I think
he got injured in the tour, didn't he? Like
he did get injured, yeah.
I know.
And then that's when they started looking elsewhere.
Yeah, because we watched him. He came here. I think he played the game against Melbourne or whatever it was that I watched, the A-League one. And then he got injured the next game.
Yeah. Elliot's just saying he's been called up from the England squad again. So
he has been?
Yeah. And Dino's made a great point here. Ajay is a baller.
Was he the third goal or the first goal?
Mate, he's scoring a few lately, man. This is what we need, these guys on the board, which I think we do need. Carrick, we've got Carrick, Darren Fletcher. These boys, these guys need to guide these 18s and 21s to get them into the first team. And like we always talk about, we'll never have a big youth interaction into our first side anymore. But I think we will. I really do. I think we might have a class of 2026 or 2027, 2028. I think we will see a lot of these players because when you think about it, not a lot of them are actually English boys. We are bringing a lot of players in from overseas into our 18s and 21s now. So
I mean, the team that won a couple of years ago with Garnacho and Mainoo, like, you know, look at them now. Like, Mainoo's in the team, Garnacho was in the team, and he got sold. So it's not like we haven't brought any across, because they won the Youth FA Cup, didn't they?
Youth FA Cup after like 13 years, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, so it's not like we don't
years.
like that. We've been quite a lot better, I think, with the youth system over the last 5 years or so.
we
Also,
did
for the
lose a
fact-
few good little players from that team, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, also for the fact if the under 18 or under 21, how they are playing right now. So you have different system, or probably they have the same system from where they're coming in. And if we try to change a manager right now, because for the fact that we know that Carrick and Steve Holland, who are doing a really good job in the at the wheel of United, I doubt if a technical manager is coming in and then they try to integrate all these new upcoming players like JJ Gabriel, who's been a really good talent. It would be a task for them, and then we might lose some of our youth players because they don't fit well into the system, whatever the system that these guys are getting in. See, you have to think. You should have a holistic approach. Like, you know, 20. You have under 18s, under 21, then that's the progression path for you. Then you're moving into the first team. So all this, the building blocks, they have been doing it, and suddenly in the first team they don't fit in because of the manager's way of playing. Then the youth will have some sort of a second thoughts, rather like, should they play for United or like should they start looking out? And we don't want to lose a gem like JJ.
Dino's got a comment here. Don't forget we signed that under 18-year-old CDM from South America. Ozako? Is it Ozako? Yeah. The one that I'm filthy about is Isaac Hansen. I don't know if you boys remember him. He was that blonde-headed kid. And mate, he was going to be a great player. But he's just gone missing. But he played in the Youth Cup final. But he was a midfielder. He was such a good player. But anyway, these players go missing, eh? Anyway.
Oh, the Norwegian guy. Yeah, okay, another one.
Yeah. Unreal player. He was so good. Anyway, we've just gone an hour and 2 minutes. I thought to myself, here we go, Dino's one more. Our biggest problem is we want our young kids to all be like Yamal. We need to give these kids time. I agree, Dino. I just want to see our kids develop through the youth system, and I'm happy to see them every now and then get their chance. Look, no kid's going to be like Lamau, and they're once in a lifetime generation. JJ Gabriel, he's 15 still. I don't think he should be rushed into our first side at all. I think just let him play. And credit to his father and that, who said, a story I was reading, they don't want him to play under 21s. They want him to play 18s. And then next year they'll develop him on further. So they're guiding him really well, and I think they're doing a great job in our youth system. So, But I've got a little bit of a story. Yanni's heard this probably 3 times, this story today, and I thought I want to share it with everyone. It's a bit of a pretty cool story, right? So anyone that knows me knows I love collecting for the 1967 tour. It was the first tour that Manchester United came to in Australia. Anyway, about 16 weeks ago, I posted on an Australian site about this here. This is actually Alex Stepney's award that he got. Every player got it when they came to Australia. It's actually the badge off the crest, off the blazer for the Socceroos at the time. Well, they weren't the Socceroos. It was just the Australian football team. This here was actually Alex Stepney's, so I was lucky to acquire it. But I got talking to a lady, made a comment on it today. She is 81 years old. Now, she arrived in Australia in 1967, 22 years old from the UK. Her and her girlfriend came to Australia, or her friend came to Australia, and they decided to hit the pubs and clubs when they were that age. Anyway, and one night they were in the pub, and who walked in? The Manchester United squad. Anyway, so she actually got the menu. She got the menu here, and it's the drinks menu that it was at. It looks like the Bates or something, the Bates bar. Anyway, the United team walked in, and she decided to grab these two menus and get them to sign the menu. So I've been chatting to her probably 3 hours this afternoon online. So if you can see this on your screen, all right, I'm going to make it bigger here so I can actually read it properly. So the actual players that are on this, I've worked out, right? I've worked out the boys that actually signed it. They didn't actually sign their correct name. They were that smashed and that drinking that hard. Dennis Laws decided to sign it as Donald Duck. So I've compared them to the signatures that I've got here because I have got all these guys. So, but Dennis Laws actually signed it on the right-hand side. Down below Dennis Laws' original signature, you got Robert Bevan, which is actually Sir Matt Busby. Sir Matt Busby actually signed it. Down below that is John Aston, but he's written it John Arnott. Over here, we've got Jimmy something, which was Jimmy Rimmer. We've got Nobby Styles. He signed at Nobby United Church. Now, Fred Bloggs here, I was finding it hard to work out who it was. Now, I don't know if I actually saved the picture, but I actually compared it to George Best. So if you have a look at George Best's signature, let me see if I can get it up. George Best always underlines his stuff, and he always puts a little tick underneath his writing where he flicks off. I'll see if I can get it up here. See if I. Well, no, it was the wrong one. Yeah, let me just get it here. So, where is she? Here, Carol. Her name was Carol. She's 81 years old now. Here, so I've got it here. I'm pretty sure. There we go. That's saved. Let me bring it up now. Here, image. So we've got George Best's one right here. I think it is. Open there. So I've compared George Best. It should be up in a sec. There we go. So I've got George Best's signature here, but you can see that the underline here that George does, the T on the back of here, and it's either Ted Bloggs or Fred Bloggs. And you can see that he comes around, swirls it here, and his ticks underneath his all under here. You can see it up here, best wishes, and he's done it under here as well. So we've got a fair few pretty cool signatures in there. So as you can imagine, this one's the one down below Fred Bloggs is Bobby Charlton's. And I'm thinking this one under here was signed by Paddy Crerand because he wouldn't be far behind if they're having a big night on the drink. So pretty cool item from 1967 on the Australian tour. So I'm actually talking to her at the moment. She's pretty keen to actually donate it to the museum. So I thought I'd leave that one to let you know that, Yoni. So that's pretty cool. So I'd love to. I said to her, if you can write something up for me about how it all came along and everything's like that. She said to me, we enjoyed a drink when we arrived, but we more enjoyed the boys. We weren't really Manchester United fans. So, and 81 years old, she's still having a drink. So congratulations to her. So, all right, boys, thank you for hopping on tonight for a Friday pod. Best of luck to United in the morning.
10 hours.
10 hours.
Score prediction. So it's actually match day over in England now. Score prediction from the boys before we go.
2-1 United.
2-1
Krupi
United.
Jr. is going to score. I having a good bet on Krupi Jr. because he has been playing good. But let's see. 2-1. Yeah. Bruno, 1 assist, 1 goal.
I think it might be a high-scoring game. I just don't know what it's going to be. But I might just go with a 2-2. I think it's going to be tough.
2-2. It's like that, you know. What did I say? How many draws did I say that?
They've had 6 draws in the last 10, and we haven't won there in 4 years. So.
Oh, mate.
Come on, Carrick. Come on, Carrick.
Yeah.
Let's ruin Yoni's prediction.
Please.
I just wanted to be honest with you. I just wanted to put 90 minutes together, and if we put 90 minutes together, we'll win. We'll win the game by 3-1, 4-1. Even though the last game was that, but I think we can go on and win well if we put 90 minutes together. Maybe because we've played 2 games in a row.
I don't expect for the first 45 minutes. You have to see only the last 30 minutes. That's it.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, I think we're still scoring. I think we're scoring well at the moment. I think maybe I'd like to say we'll take a clean sheet just for Lamont's sake because I really like him. I think United 2-0. I reckon 2-0 United, and I would love to see that. So thank you. Elliot Carpenter's come in with 2-2 as well. Did you get her address? Do you know? She actually lives north of Brisbane as well. So did I get it? She actually asked for more. She asked me where I lived. So she wants to visit the cave too when she comes to Sydney. So I said, I'll be more than happy to bring her up to the cave. So, all right, boys. I'll talk to you later. See you later.
See you guys.
Check yous.
Cantona. Gary Neville looking for his first goal for Manchester United, and what a time to get it!